Hey guys, what's up? GGNG here, and I'm back. I know I haven't made a video in like 6 months or so, but I've been sort of busy with school, and I sort of lost a bit of my motivation to make videos. But I have since regained that motivation, and I apologize for everyone who is waiting on the Dota Buff replay series. I will be continuing those, but for now, I'm going to do a sort of a replay analysis, I guess. This is one of my games on my hashtag road to 7K. I was playing Offlane as I usually do when I'm solo matchmaking, and I thought this was a pretty good game. I'm against KVH and Ritsu, two pretty known players, and this is like a 5.7 average game. This game was sort of weird because I was the highest MMR on my team, and they had KVH and Ritsu, who are both, I think, higher than me. So the other people in the game had really weird MMRs. But yeah, I'm playing Offlane Tide. This was quite a close game, which is why I chose to do a replay analysis. Let me just switch to my player perspective here. So with the new patch, the offlane has changed quite a bit. The creeps meet further away from the tower now, and the Radiant offlane got nerfed pretty heavily compared to Dire offlane. Dire offlane is way safer now, and it has the same pull as Radiant. The Radiant offlane is decent. The thing is, now with offlaners, there's this new hard camp next to the secret shop, and you really want to pick offlaners who can take advantage of that. So, strong offlaners this patch were probably Tide, Nature's Prophet, Enchantress, maybe even Legion Commander can see play. But I really do enjoy playing heroes like that. It's less about sort of abusing the carry, and a bit more about surviving laning now. You don't really see many Tusk Undying offlanes anymore, at least in pubs. Alright, so I'm given an award by my supports. Just place it to see the side area. Usually, when you try to block the pull, everyone already knows the dewarding spots, so sometimes it can be worth it to try to attempt to block the dire pull, but usually it just gets dewarded like within the first minute if the supports are smart enough to bring sentries, and just free golden experience for the support. So I tend to not block the camp unless I really need to, if it's like a really hard tri-lane or something. But as it turns out, in this game I was one-on-one against the Tiny, so didn't even need to worry about that. This lane is pretty favored towards me. Tide sort of destroys most melee heroes in lane if they're one-on-one. And Tiny really can't do anything to me. He has no armor, really no form of poke in terms of spells. Like, his spells are pretty heavy mana cost, and he needs to combo them to have them do a lot of damage. So this lane is pretty easy. Now, this is a one-on-one, but normally what you want to do is you try to get as much experience as you can in the early waves if you're against a strong support or like a strong lane. Say it's like a Jug CM or something. You want to try to eke out as much experience as you can in the first few waves where it's a bit easier to survive in lane. But once supports have like one or like have both their spells, or the carry is a bit stronger, it's really hard to stay in lane. So what you want to do is just go to the hard camp, and Tide is really good for this because he takes almost no damage jungling the hard camp with his Anchor Smash and Kraken Shot. So we're just laning here. My build was to start with regen, 2 sets of regen and a Ringer Protection. I was considering going Iron Talon just to help me jungle the hard camp faster, but since it's a one-on-one, I didn't really need to do that. The goal for this lane is just to get my 6 as fast as possible, get arcane boots, get mech, and be ready to TP to my other lanes in order to help anyone.
Double damage.
So I am gonna pick up Opponent Gush here because I've noticed it's a one-on-one and I'm pretty sure no one else is gonna come up here. So Gush just gives me a bit of potential for harassing or maybe even killing the Tiny if he's out of position. And here he's gonna toss me back in the creeps. But this is the problem with Tiny, like his only option now is just to body block. He can't even hit me because he does no damage. And I'm just able to salve up. And he traded all his mana for my salve. So, not a terrible trade, but it's really, he's still losing the lane. I can pull up the CS here. So 16 to 12. I don't think I'm winning as hard as I should be, considering it is against a melee hero. But you can't ask for everything. He does have base damage on me. But once I get arcane boots, this lane should be pretty much over. There's no way he can deal with the anchor smash spam. So I am opting to max anchor smash, as is the normal build. I really don't think Tidehunter Ancients is even worth it anymore because it's so slow. If you get a mud, or not a mud golem, a granite golem, the stacks just take forever. And also there's no one really to stack for me this game. The Rubik could, but he seems to be rotating around a lot. And I don't really want to leave my lane to stack for myself since it is going so well. Alright, so as soon as I hit 6 here, I can really pressure the Tiny a lot. So I'm just, whenever he comes up to go for creeps, just anchor smash him in the face. Doesn't even matter if you're pushing the lane, it's a Tiny. He's getting experience no matter what, you can't really zone him out of experience range. But just anchor smash him. Whenever he comes up, make sure he's low. And then when you're level 6, you can threaten for a kill. You notice that I picked up a TB here in anticipation for my level 6. I'm not really going to want to TP anywhere before I'm level 6 because at most you contribute a Gush, and maybe if you're like, if they're diving really hard, you can anchor smash them. But once you have Ravage, you really want to TP just to be able to help your team. And right here, I see the Tiny is trying to go for CS. I'm just going to Ravage him. Anchor smash, hit him once, and easy kill. Completely worth it, because judging from the state of the game, it seems like most of my lanes were winning. As I say that, the Weaver bottom gets 2 kills, but it didn't feel like I really needed to TP anywhere to counter-initiate with Ravage. So using that spell just to secure a kill on their safe laner, totally worth it. Kills mean a lot early game, way more than CS does really. Just because of the way the last 2 or 3 patches have been. Kills give so much gold compared to creeps. Alright, so now my 2 item build options are mech or blink. I'm gonna opt for the mech here as I just rotate for the rune. See the DK is running around. Body block him a bit and easy kill. So I'm gonna opt for mech this game, just because it seems like we have a decent like early game pushing lineup with the QE Invoker, and we don't have too much burst is the problem. Like, until the Invoker gets like big levels in his meatball and his like combo, there's not much to like blink combo with. So I'm just gonna rely on the mech to sustain us and sort of just outlast them in fights, instead of going for the big initiation. Alright, so the game's going pretty well for my team. Let's just check the net worth. Me and Invoker are top 3, and then Ritsu is second. I'm actually curious how Ritsu was able to get so farmed this game, because I was looking at the CS and he's pretty high in CS, but he's died once. I guess he's just been getting good bounty runes and spending his gold before he dies. But really impressive for a DK to be out CSing an Invoker mid. That's something. This Invoker was, if I recall correctly, 5.3. I think he said it himself, 5.3. But he did play pretty well, so I guess Ritsu's just good at laning with DK. Alright, anyway. Going for my mech. Always have a TP when my Ravage is up. Just keeping an eye out for anyone diving or any opportunities to TP in and initiate. Alright, so I am going to pick up level 2 Gush. I don't know if this was correct. Maybe Anchor Smash would have been better. Or not Anchor Smash, sorry, Kraken Shell. But I was feeling like super aggressive this game thanks to my early start. And you saw Tiny used his combo on me there. He was just like sort of trying to put me in kill range for his next combo. So I'm just going to back off from the lane. Buy myself a salve because I don't really want to run home. It's just a waste of time. And I'm going to jungle here, send myself the salve, and then run back into lane. So I'm not at risk of dying or anything stupid like that. Something that's just good to do, not even on offlaners, but just in general, just if you're like low in mana or HP and not like both, just send yourself like a clarity or a salve. It's much more efficient than going back to base. It's like basically 2 CS, which you could definitely get in the 40 seconds it would take for you to run like from your T1 to your fountain and back to your T1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Right. So notice I'm just staying up here, pressuring the Tiny. No huge reason for me to leave yet until I get my mech. And oh, this was pretty funny. I thought this was an illusion because he was just standing there, and it's sort of hard to tell. Yes, I didn't realize he was an illusion until he wasn't an illusion until he casted the shield. But it's hard to tell, like for melee heroes when they pick up illusion runes really early in the game, they only take like 10 extra damage from right clicks or something. And I see another kill on the Tiny, so just Ravage, go for it, whatever. Just securing gold for my team, making sure the Tiny doesn't get too farmed. He's gotten pretty fucked in lane. He's like number 7 in net worth, number 6 in net worth, so pretty good so far. Alright, so I do have my mech now, and this is where I tell my team, oh, let's group for something. Even though I don't have Ravage, I think it's fine, because they are pretty underfarmed. Tiny and basically the Abaddon and the Bounty Hunter are in no shape to go against a 5-man push. So if we just group right now, tower should be pretty easy to take. So I think I ping my mech here. I'm like, let's go down a lane. My team's deciding where to go, and I think we decide to go mid. And yeah, I'm TPing mid. That was not a good TP, I think. It was way too far away. I did make, I think, 2 or 3 big mistakes this game that were pretty game losing, which is also why I want to show you guys this game, so you can, so I can sort of point out mistakes that aren't like super obvious, but are really like game changing. I did lose this game. Spoiler alert. It was pretty close up until the end, but the Ritsu God was too much for me to handle. Alright, so fight breaking out here. I'm just gonna run straight there. Invoker should be fine. It's pretty tanky this early on. And I'm just looking for opportunities to ravage. Or not even ravage, just go in with my mech. I can mech preemptively there so my toss doesn't get bursted by anything. And nice kill on the DK. In fights as Tide, all you're really doing is just running at their heroes and anchor smashing them. Just like try to stick on one of their cores, like the DK or the Tiny, just anchor smash in front of them. They can't really afford to hit you because you're like super tanky and you're not like a priority target. Once you've used Ravage, like it's sort of a waste of time for them to hit you. So it's super nice for you to just be able to stick on them and reduce their damage by a lot. Yeah. We're able to group here. We're super strong. I still have Ravage. We didn't even need Ravage to win that fight. And we can see the OD, the Invoker flaming the OD here. He does say he is 5.3. Yeah, so we're able to take an easy T1 and T2 off of that fight. And the other team is doing the correct thing. They are split pushing us because they know they have no way of winning any real team fight right now. And my Invoker is like super brave, TPing top into 3, and I think he actually manages to get a kill here. Let's see. Yeah. He just uses Fort Spirits and blinks on the bounty to get the kill. Invoker is still an insane hero, by the way. I know he got like alacrity nerfs like 2 or 3 days ago, but still super strong. The Invoke level 1 really changed how he scales early game. And Invoker was never like a bad mid to late game hero. I think OD is pretty strong now as well, just because of the way his orb works. It's like a ranged Slark basically. And you see me here, I'm trying to get procs off the aura, but I don't think it works. Just spamming Anchor Smash to get my mana back, hopefully. Oh, there we go. And we should have went on this actually. Looking at the replay, like there was actually no one near the DK here, but no one was showing on the map, so I was sort of scared of only me and OD going in. I guess my team was following behind me, and we managed to kill him anyway, so not a huge deal. So this game looks like at the 15-minute mark, it looks pretty much like, I wouldn't say won, but it's pretty heavily in our favor. The Invoker is like massive, 9k net worth. I'm like 2nd net worth as Offlane Tide, and let's see, we're like over 5k ahead, 15 minutes. It's not huge, but it's a pretty solid lead. And we will see how the next 10 minutes go, because there was some, I don't want to say like huge misplays, but there were some like fundamental things that went wrong that you guys can learn from. Alright, so this is basically like super methodical right now. We grouped bottom, we won a team fight, we took 2 towers. We grouped mid, we won a team fight, or we like picked someone off and we got 2 towers. And now we're gonna do the same thing for top. And I think the first big mistake happens sometime in the next 1 or 2 minutes. And it was by me alone. I think, yeah. Okay, so let's just watch.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Super simple. Like we're all grouping. They are split pushing. They're playing pretty well. Like this is what you need to do. They don't even bother like pretending they're in defense. Okay, so here's the mistake. I TP mid to defend. That's fine, right? No need to take extra damage. But in this game, I didn't tell my team to back, or I didn't like make any call that I was defending. And right here, I should have immediately started running top, because I saw both pink and brown running there. And because I was too slow in running top and I didn't tell my team, my team is gonna lose a fight in what really should have been like in this stage of the game. We should have just won every team fight based on how far ahead we were. But I wasn't there. My Invoker TV's out. I sort of run there 10 seconds too late, and I'm like super awkward, sort of trying to do something. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to run away here. Chinese gonna try to kill me, but he's really not farmed enough to do anything to me. Like, even though it was not like game losing terrible, it was still like really bad. Let's just check the net worth change. Yeah, that was a 2k change just because I was not running top fast enough. When you TP like that to defend towers and show, you really have to tell your team that you're backing, or you have to either like defend and immediately start running towards your team again. What I should have done there was, as soon as I saw the Weaver and DK back off, I should have just started running top. So that was the first big misplay, and that was like completely on me, 100%. Alright, so it wasn't a huge disaster. We still got one tower, we killed the DK, and we're still pretty strong. I make the call to go for a smoke or try to get a pick off. So we're gonna smoke here, and I think we run into Weaver immediately. Yeah. And Dusty's gonna time lapse, I think. And fight breaks out. This Ravage just to disrupt the team fight, and we got 2 kills. That wasn't really that good of a smoke. We didn't have enough true sight to catch the Weaver. We only managed to take their 2 supports down, and they are gonna get well, top tower or some damage on top tower. And this is the second big mistake. I think Invoker made the call to go Roshan, but our safe lane and our like 4 position both TP top and showed to kill a DK. And you'll notice they have 4 heroes up, and we have no vision for the Weaver. So this time he just comes in, stops our Roshan. Invoker gets bashed, so he doesn't pick up the Aegis, and Tiny kills him as well. So really bad. I think I die here too. Yeah, I die here as well. And Rubik dies as well. So 3 of us down for the Weaver, and Tiny gets Roshan and Aegis. I think that was a... Okay, that was a 3k gold swing. Again, just sort of not like huge glaring like 0-man Ravage, like whiffed mechanical mistakes, but just things based on map movement. Like if you show people in one place, you can't just go for a Roshan like that, because if the enemy is good, which they're playing pretty well, just in terms of map movement, they're gonna punish you like that. So I should have recognized that they were gonna go for that Roshan. Maybe if we had sentries down, we would have been in a better spot, because we could have bursted the Weaver, and he wouldn't have been able to sort of Shikuchi us like 3 times and get bugs off, but still a mistake to go for that Roshan. Pretty game losing, actually. Alright, so now we're not so strong anymore. I've dropped down to like 6th, sort of tied for 4th in net worth. But Invoker is still pretty big, and their heroes don't do that much in the mid game with good control. So without BKB, they can't do too much against us. So we're just gonna group again. And OD is gonna TP back, and we smoke when I'm tracked, which was a bit questionable, but I think we actually are gonna find someone here if I do recall correctly. But OD is top. Again, he TP top. I don't think anyone really pinged it out. Oh, I see my soul pop here. I dust. No, the bounty hunter's there. Easy pick off. And here is where we should have just backed, I think.
Tides
I can't seem to remember if we lose this team fight outright. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, so OD is top. He is running bottom, but we should just run right now. Invoker used his big AoE damage spell. We're chasing the Weaver around like idiots. There's no way to kill him without stuns. That's sort of Ravage for him, and we don't even have damage to kill him. And DK just has like 20 armor, standing in the middle of everyone. We don't have the damage to kill him. Everyone's taking damage from bugs. OD finally shows up on the side, but both me and Rubik have died. And Tusk has died as well. OD is gonna die here as well, I think. So, really not good. If we started the team fight with all of us there, maybe it could have done something. OD could have bursted the Weaver, we would have won that fight. So I guess this video is mostly just to show the importance of like showing your heroes on the map. Like if you show people top, if your enemy knows that you've TP'd people into other lanes, like they know they're gonna be like temporarily stronger, right? Like there are two ways basically to come back in Dota. The gold advantage is not possible to change within like 5 minutes if it's like significant, right? So you can't come back in terms of just like straight up farming. At least not in this patch anymore. So the only way is to fight, and the only way you have advantages in fighting if you're behind in net worth is with positioning or numbers. So this game has mostly been numbers. They see like one or two of us TP to another lane, they take a fight. So they're just playing really well around our TPs, and we threw away most of our lead basically. Right now it's... Sorry, that's XP. So they're actually leading in net worth, even though we were like 8k ahead at like 15 minutes, which really shouldn't be happening. Alright, get the Weaver. And still can't catch him. This Weaver was, I think, 4.7k, and he just... I don't want to say like he owned us, but we were just like chasing him around like headless chickens, and we just couldn't kill him because we had like... I think we actually did have enough stuns. We had Rubik and Tuskar, and we had like burst from the Invoker, but we just couldn't combo our spells correctly, and he made us waste like I think maybe a good like 20 to 30 seconds and 3 or 4 spells each fight just trying to kill him, and we couldn't kill him, and then we would just lose the team fight because his team would be like hitting us and he had bugs on us and stuff. Also, this was weird. I don't know what KVH was doing here. He was like trying to cut the wave, but I'm like right there and everyone's missing off the map, and he just dies. This was like super interesting. I had to command a Ravage here because Abaddon shielded him, but yeah, that was really strange. And now these two bottom are doing what we were doing, sort of. Like, we know that Tiny's dead, they're weak, and DK is gonna die here. So, I mean, mistakes are being made by both teams. I think just ours are slightly worse because we were ahead. So I think with that, the net worth should be pretty much even. Yeah, it's like not even significant at this point. Like 1 to 2k is not that much. And this Invoker was, he kept mentioning how he was 5.3 all game, and this OD was like, I think this OD was almost 6k, and he was not doing so hot. But there's no reason to flame like that. I mean, you could be like mechanically a Sumail, but if you like flame your teammates every game and like tilt them, you could still end up like under 6k or something. I don't know. Alright, going for a push. I think I just pinged right there, my Ravage was down. But this Tuskar was such a man. He like blinks forward, somehow knows the Tiny is there, and we get a full Invoker combo off on him and he just goes down, which was super nice. And I think we're just able to get a decent amount of tower damage in here. The problem is our OD hero doesn't really hit buildings. It's one of the weaknesses of the hero. He's really bad at pushing, like extremely bad. So our only like tower damage is Invoker, and it's not great. That also was not great. Solo OD ulting a BKB DK. And I think we all die here because we're just do not have enough sustain, and this Weaver is owning us because we have no vision. So Invoker goes down. Highest net worth hero. He's dying pretty much every fight, and I think that's mostly on us not being able to protect him, or I'm not sure if his positioning was not good enough. It's sort of hard to position against like a BH Weaver and like tiny DK with Shadowblade Blink. But yeah, our highest net worth hero kept like dying like second or first every fight, which was really bad from us. And I decided to go for Shivas here. I noticed like all their damage is physical pretty much, except for like the tiny combo. And both DK and Tiny are sort of bad against Shivas because they need attack speed. And they're sort of not very mobile once they like commit their initial mobility item. So I thought Shivas was pretty good. Looking back at it, I think maybe Refresher would have been better because we were having trouble in team fights at this point due to their BKBs. If I could just blink double Ravage before their BKBs, it might have been better than a Shiva's. But these kind of things are hard calls to make in game. Yeah. So at this point, you can see my gameplay is mostly I run around with my team, try to take team fights. I wasn't really farming that much. My CS is only 111 at 30 minutes, which is pretty horrendous. But I didn't think that farming was the way to get back into this game, or sort of close out the game. Maybe if I had like Shiva's Refresher, if I was like super farmed, this game would have been different. But I see my Tusk getting caught out, and I know there's not too much I can do for him. I'm not going to commit a Ravage to save a Tusk. So I just continue pushing top. Maybe see if I can get away with one more wave, but everyone's TPing in, so I just blink and TP out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know if they're doing this on purpose either, but when they TP back, they always leave the Weaver, which is pretty smart because Weaver is the one hero that's really hard for us to kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So it's not easy to catch their split pushers. As for us, our split pusher is Invoker, so he's pretty easy to catch. Alright, so Sunstrike, we see them roshing. We go on the Weaver again. I maybe should have should have Ravaged that. And yeah, this was a whiff by me. Whoops. That was like the one big mechanical mistake I made this game. I sort of panicked and thought the Invoker was in trouble. So I Ravaged, but he actually tornadoed as well. So, bit of a mistake. And we are going to try to Rosh again. I think this one actually works out because the Tiny is dead. And they're actually trying to fight us, even though I don't have Ravage. And this DK is on me for some reason. And I chase him into like a really awkward out of position spot for him. And he just goes down to like Fort Spirit's Cold Snap. And Weaver goes down to OD ult as well. So this fight was pretty nice, even though I wasted my Ravage in the beginning. And I don't know what the Dire team is doing here. They're just running in one on one. Nice deny though. Alright, so we're sort of
Radiant.
we sort of regained our lead again. Let's see. Oh, we're still even in net worth. But the last team fight went pretty well. So everyone's feeling confident. Invoker's all chatting. Nice throw. Thank you. Boosting morale. Not really shit talking. Alright, so we're strong. We feel strong at least. We're gonna push. I'm running bottom as fast as I can. Pretty sure I'm pinging to my team I don't have Ravage, but let's try it anyway. Everyone should be up. And Invoker goes way in here. I think we do manage to kill the Tiny. But we're in a pretty awkward position. Like, Invoker's dying in front of their T3s. Our team's pretty far away. I don't have Ravage, so I can't really help. And I just go down to Tiny.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I actually give 700 gold a kill to their safelink farmer,
Radiant's top tower
which
has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower
that's sort of
is under
confusing to
attack.
me.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
But anyway, we do get rocks here because they're chasing the Tuskar, and
Dire's
Invoker's
bottom barracks is
microing
fallen.
his necro books. So
Dire's middle tower is
wasn't a
under
terrible
attack.
fight. But we do
Radiant's
lose,
top
I think, all our
tower is
heroes.
under
Yep,
attack.
everyone except for Rubik. So, pretty heavy cost. I think the Tiny actually bought back there. Let me just check. Yeah, he did buy back. So, pretty
Radiant's
good for
top
us.
tower is under attack.
That fight definitely went in our favor. We got racks. Tiny bought back. Alright, so now for item progression. I'm just trying to finish my Shivas. I do think one of my problems this game was not farming enough. I definitely had like the hero to farm. Like Tide's not bad at farming. Definitely not. He can clear camps at an acceptable rate with his Anchor Smash. But I was sort of too heavily focused on grouping with my team.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And like I could be pushing lanes more aggressively as well. The problem is they have a lot of catch and we don't. Like we have Tuskar, but for some reason we just can't seem to be able to kill anyone besides the Tiny. Like, I don't know. This game was weird. I'm pretty sure if the Tiny went BKB instead of Moonshard, they'd be winning more. Or they would have, like, had a lead at this point. But he got a bit greedy. And again, same old, we're just trying to push mid. We actually have decent wards for this, but this is, I think, the game changer. Alright, so I'm looking at the Tiny. He's slowed, he got lifted, he got Atos, and oh, my Invoker just dies to a smoke gank. That was actually a really good smoke by them. They smoked like this, like they went around their bottom rocks, and we were not expecting it at all. Even though we had pretty good wards up. And my Invoker bought back for that fight as well, so that was probably like one of the most game-losing fights. And Invoker's gonna die back? Yeah, he dies after buying back. And we get no kills. So that's pretty much game right there. I mean, it's not like completely over, but they have a pretty solid lead. Or they should have a pretty solid lead. It'll probably update in like a minute or two. That was a... It says 800, but it's far more than 800. There's only the Invoker death counted there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We just had no way of dealing with the Weaver.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I actually think Weaver
Radiant
is
structures
probably
are
one of the
fortified.
strongest heroes this patch. He got significant buffs, and he was already a pretty good hero.
Radiant's middle barracks
Uh,
has fallen.
His first spell, the bugs, are ridiculous now. Like if you don't kill them, you actually take so much damage. It's like you can't really afford not to kill them, and that's 4 attacks in a team fight wasted. Like for a carry or someone, that's huge. And here I'm just looking forward aggressively. I know they can't afford to turn around and all focus me, so I'm just doing my best to make sure they can't run away. And luckily we do get at least one kill chasing them. So at this point, Tiny is just massive, taking all our buildings. BKB, we don't even catch him because we have nothing that goes through BKB. And yeah. So I think this game ends in like another 5 minutes or so. And like another 6 or 7 minutes. But I hope you guys can sort of see how it got to this point after our like pretty good early game. Like laning for me was very good. And like early game, the first like 15 minutes went pretty much like in an ideal manner. I won my lane. I was like the second most farm hero in the game. My team actually like grouped up with me and we took towers. But just like 2 or 3 mistakes in terms of like movement sort of threw the game for us. And if I was watching this replay, I would like, well, I am watching this replay, but what I wanted to say was, if like you're looking at a replay like this and you're playing, you should more focus on like your movement and stuff rather than like mechanical mistakes. Like this OD definitely didn't play well. Like he made a lot of mechanical mistakes. He didn't really go good items. He wasn't like super farmed for like a safe laner. But you can't just put the blame on OD for this game. Like this game definitely had a huge potential for us to win, but I just sort of moved around in a bad way and lost us the game. Alright, so we lose a team fight there. They're just running down mid. We didn't even kill anyone. We lost 4 of our heroes. This game's over. Can't beat Ritsu, man. Too good. Actually buy back here and they back off, which is strange. And I think we're just gonna YOLO push it one more time. I do have Shivas. Oh, I do remember that fight actually. I was sort of talking about the rest of the game during that fight, and I didn't really mention it, but you should probably get your items before you fight, because I had my Shivas on the courier during that fight, and my team didn't wait for me, which is sort of unfortunate. Alright, we'll watch the last 5 or so minutes, and I'll sort of talk about what I'll be doing for the next like month or so. So I am resuming this YouTube channel, or I'm going to start making videos again. I know you guys, or a lot of you, have been asking for more like Dota buff top 100 replay analysis or whatever, and I will do that, but I don't think I'm going to like rely on Dota buff rankings. I'm sort of just going to go with like high MMR players and like known hero spammers and such. So you can expect some of that. I do have some ideas for like new series. If you guys want, I can do more of this, so like analyzing my own games. I am trying to climb to 7K, and I can sort of like do commentaries on my solo queue games if you guys want. I can do like player perspectives, how to offlane, stuff like that. I do mainly play offlane when I solo queue. Sometimes I do play carry or support, and I usually try to avoid mid because I do not have the like mid laning mechanical skills to carry games. That's like at a high 6K level. But yeah, if any of you guys are interested, leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to just let you guys watch this disaster of a team fight. Everyone's BKBing. I can't do anything. I'm just hitting bugs, running around. Ravage when I see BKB's down, Invoker lands a combo. Can't even kill the Weaver. And Tiny's just clubbing us. He still has Aegis. What a disaster. Call good game. Always have manners, guys. When you lose a hard-fought game like this, call GG. Never shit talk people.
That should help.
Alright, they're just gonna run down mid. I can't do shit. One thing I forgot to mention is potential item builds. I think the new axe is actually pretty strong. The only problem with it is that it takes up like an item slot in your progression, so it's sort of awkward to find a place to put it. I really think you do want Greaves, like always, and you obviously want Blink pretty much every game, or like a Force Staff or something, some ability item for your Ravages. And Refresher is going to be like a late game luxury. So I think the options are either like you go Shivas, or you go Scepter, or you go something like Piper, another utility item like Crimson Guard. And I didn't think Scepter was going to be good this game because we have like 0 physical damage, and we mainly had problems with their BKBs. So Scepter wasn't really going to help, though it could have. Would have maybe helped us kite them more, but it's sort of hard to say. But yeah, GG. Minus 25 MMR. Hope you guys liked watching the game, and I will see you guys soon.